My name is Zoe. I live in a small house with a blue door. The garden is full of flowers. I love my garden. I live with my husband, Alex. We have been married for 5 years. 5 happy years. Our life was simple and good. We laughed a lot. We held hands when we watched movies. We had a cat named Milo. He was fat and lazy, and we loved him. Every morning, Alex made coffee. I made toast. It was our routine. It was our life. I thought it was perfect. I thought I knew everything about Alex. I was wrong. It started one night. It was a Tuesday. The clock on the wall showed it was past midnight. The house was quiet. Milo was sleeping on my feet. I was almost asleep too. Then the phone rang. It was Alex's phone. It was on the small table next to our bed. The sound was loud in the silence. It made my heart jump. Alex woke up immediately. He reached for his phone. His movements were fast, too fast. He looked at the screen. I saw his face in the dim light from the phone. His expression changed. He looked worried, scared maybe. He got out of bed quietly. He walked out of the bedroom. He closed the door behind him. I sat up in bed. Milo looked at me with his big, green eyes. My heart was beating fast. Why did he leave the room? He never did that. We always answered our phones in front of each other. I could hear his voice through the door. It was a low whisper. I could not hear the words, but I could hear the tone. It was soft, careful. I had never heard him speak like that before. It was not his work voice. It was not his voice for his mother. It was a different voice, a secret voice. He was on the phone for maybe 5 minutes. It felt like an hour. When he came back into the room, he did not look at me. He put his phone on the table, face down. He got back into bed. He turned his back to me. The silence in the room was heavy now. It was not a comfortable silence anymore. It was full of questions. I waited for him to say something. He said nothing. Finally, I whispered into the darkness, "Alex, who was that?" He waited a moment before he answered. "Nobody important," he said. His voice was flat. "Just a wrong number." A wrong number. My heart felt cold. I knew he was lying. You don't whisper to a wrong number. You don't look scared when a wrong number calls. You don't leave the room for a wrong number. I knew he was lying. But I didn't say anything. I just lay there, staring at his back. Sleep was gone. My mind was racing. Who called him at midnight? Why did he lie to me? For the first time in 5 years, I felt like there was a stranger sleeping next to me. The next morning, everything felt different. The sun was shining. The birds were singing. But the feeling of happiness in our house was gone. Alex made coffee like always. I made toast like always. But we didn't talk. The silence was loud. He drank his coffee quickly. He looked at his phone. He didn't look at me. "I have to go to work early today," he said. "Big meeting." I just nodded. He kissed my forehead. His lips felt cold. "Have a good day," he said. Then he was gone. I stood in the kitchen for a long time. I looked at the 2 coffee cups on the table, our cups. They looked the same as yesterday, but they felt different. Everything felt different. The lie sat between us all week. It was like a shadow in our sunny house. Alex was distant. He was on his phone a lot more. He would smile at his phone, then quickly put it away if I walked into the room. He started taking his phone into the bathroom with him. He never did that before. I tried to act normal. I really tried. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe it was just a wrong number. I wanted our happy life back. But my heart knew something was wrong. My gut feeling was strong. You know that feeling, right? When you just know something is not right, even if you can't explain why. It's important to listen to that feeling. One evening, we were sitting on the sofa watching a movie. It was a comedy. We usually loved this movie, but we weren't laughing. Alex was checking his phone every few minutes. I couldn't take it anymore. "Alex, is everything okay?" I asked. My voice was small. He looked up from his phone. He seemed annoyed. "Yes, everything is fine. Why do you keep asking that?" "Because you are different," I said. "You are quiet. You are always on your phone." And that call the other night, his face became hard. "I told you it was a wrong number, Zoe. Why can't you just leave it alone?" His words hurt. He had never spoken to me with that tone before. It was sharp, cold. I felt tears in my eyes. I didn't want to cry. I didn't want him to see me as weak. I just stood up. "I'm going to bed," I said. I walked away. I didn't want him to follow me. He didn't. I heard the movie start again. He just continued to watch it alone. I lay in our bed, in our dark room, and I cried. I cried for our happy life. I felt it slipping away. Living with suspicion is like a slow poison. It makes you sick. I couldn't eat properly. I couldn't focus on my work. I write children's books. I need my mind to be full of happy thoughts, of magic and adventure. But my mind was full of dark questions. Who was she? Why was he hiding her? Did he love me anymore? I felt so alone. I couldn't talk to my friends or my family. What would I say? My husband got a phone call, and now I think he's lying to me. They would think I was crazy. They all loved Alex. They all thought he was the perfect husband, just like I did. One Saturday, Alex said he was going out with his friends to watch a football game. This was normal. He did this sometimes. He left around lunchtime. A few hours later, I was cleaning the house. I picked up the jacket he wore yesterday. Something fell out of the pocket. It was a small piece of paper, a receipt. My hand was shaking as I picked it up. It was from a cafe, a little place called the Willow Cafe. I had never heard of it. The receipt was for 2 coffees and 2 pieces of cake. The date was from yesterday, Friday afternoon. Alex told me he was in a meeting all of Friday afternoon. My heart pounded in my chest. 2 coffees, 2 cakes. He wasn't alone. He was with someone. At a cafe I didn't know. The lie was getting bigger. It had a name now. the Willow Cafe. I felt a wave of anger, then sadness. I sat on the floor, holding that small piece of paper. It felt so heavy. It was proof that my gut feeling was right, proof that he was lying. What should I do? Should I confront him when he gets home? Should I scream and shout? Part of me wanted to, but another part of me was scared. Scared of the truth. What if the truth was worse than my imagination? What if the truth would break our lives completely? I folded the receipt and put it in my pocket. I decided to wait. I needed to think. I needed to be calm. That night when Alex came home, he was happy. He said his team won the game. He hugged me. "I missed you," he said. I hugged him back, but my body felt stiff. I felt like I was hugging a stranger. I smiled at him, but it was a fake smile. I was becoming a good actor, hiding my pain, hiding my fear. It was exhausting. A few days passed. I kept the receipt in a small box in my drawer, my secret box of pain. I tried to find the right moment to talk to him, but the moment never seemed right. I was a coward. I know that now. I was so afraid of losing him, I was willing to live with a lie. Please, if you are listening, don't be a coward like I was. Your peace of mind is more important than a comfortable lie. Then it happened again. Another late night call. It was a week after the first one. Alex was in the shower this time. His phone was on the bedside table. It lit up. The same number. My heart stopped. Then it started beating very, very fast. This was my chance. My chance for the truth, or my chance to make things worse. I didn't think. I just acted. I picked up the phone. My thumb hovered over the green button. I was so scared. My whole body was trembling, but I needed to know. I pressed the button. I put the phone to my ear. I didn't say anything. I just listened. A woman's voice came through the phone. It was soft, and it was full of tears. "Alex," she sobbed. "Alex, are you there? I'm so sorry to call again. I don't know what to do. He's getting worse. The doctors said, they said there isn't much time." She was crying so hard she could barely speak. "I need you," she whispered. "You promised you would be here." My blood ran cold. "He's getting worse." "Who is he?" "There isn't much time." I felt dizzy. I couldn't breathe. This was not what I expected. This was not a simple love affair. This was something else. Something much more complicated and much more painful. The woman on the phone was still crying. "Please, Alex, just tell me you're coming." I couldn't speak. I couldn't make a sound. I gently ended the call. I placed the phone back on the table, exactly where it was. I sat on the edge of the bed. My mind was a storm. Who was she? And who was the man who was dying? The bathroom door opened. Alex came out, a towel around his waist. He was humming a happy tune. He stopped when he saw my face. "Zoe, what's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost." I looked at him, really looked at him. My husband, the man I loved, the man who had a whole secret life a life full of pain and sadness that he kept hidden from me. The anger I felt before was gone. Now, I just felt a deep, deep sadness. "I know, Alex," I whispered. My voice was hoarse. He looked confused. "You know what?" "She called again," I said. I answered the phone. The color drained from his face. He sat down on the bed next to me. He didn't speak for a long time. He just put his head in his hands. I heard a sound, a small, broken sound. He was crying. I had never seen Alex cry before. Not once in all the years I knew him. "Zoe," he finally said, his voice thick with tears. "I am so, so sorry. I wanted to tell you. I didn't know how. I waited. I let him find the words. Her name is Clara," he began. "And the man who is sick, his name is Ben. Ben was my best friend. My best friend from college. He was like a brother to me." He looked at me. His eyes were full of pain. "Ben got sick a year ago. Cancer. It was very aggressive. The doctors told him he didn't have much time. He made me promise, Zoe. He made me promise I would look after Clara and their little boy, Leo, when he was gone." I gasped. "A little boy. They had a child." "Ben passed away 2 months ago," Alex continued, his voice breaking. I was there. I held his hand. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. He was hiding this enormous grief, this terrible loss, and I had no idea. "I've been trying to help Clara," he said. "She has no other family. She's all alone, with a 5-year-old boy. She's struggling with money, with everything. The receipt you found, that was me taking her and Leo out for cake. Leo loves chocolate cake." It was the first time I saw him smile in weeks. He looked at the floor, ashamed. "I lied to you. I know. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Our life was so happy, Zoe. So perfect. I didn't want to bring all this sadness into it. I didn't want to burden you. I thought I could handle it alone. I thought I was protecting you. Protecting me." He thought he was protecting me by lying to me, by shutting me out. I looked at him, crying. My husband, who was carrying this giant, heavy secret all alone. My heart ached for him, for Clara, for little Leo, and for Ben, the friend I never knew. But I also felt a sting of hurt, a deep hurt. "You didn't protect me, Alex," I said softly. "You hurt me. You made me feel crazy. You made me feel like I couldn't trust you. You made me feel so alone." Tears were streaming down my face now. "I am your wife. We are a team. You are not supposed to carry these things alone. I am here to help you carry them. The good things and the bad things. That is what marriage is. That is what love is. You didn't trust me enough to share your pain with me." He looked at me, and I could see he finally understood. The lie wasn't the help he was giving Clara. The lie was the secret itself, the wall he built between us. "You're right," he whispered. "You are absolutely right. I was scared, and I made a terrible mistake. I broke your trust. Can you ever forgive me?" I looked at our hands, resting side by side on the bed. They looked so close, but we had been miles apart. Could I forgive him? I didn't know. The hurt was still fresh. The weeks of anxiety and fear were still there. But the truth was out now. The heavy shadow in our house was gone. It was replaced by a painful, difficult truth. But truth is better than a lie. Always. I took a deep breath. I don't know, Alex, I said honestly. It's going to take time. We have a lot to talk about. And we did. We talked all night. He told me everything about Ben, about their friendship. He showed me pictures. He told me about Clara and about brave little Leo. He cried. I cried. We talked until the sun came up. It was the beginning of a long road. Rebuilding trust is not easy. It's like putting together a broken plate. You can see the cracks. It's never exactly the same as it was before. For weeks, I still felt a little bit of fear when his phone rang. I still felt a little sting when he said he was going out. But Alex tried. He really tried. He started telling me everything. He told me when he was going to see Clara and Leo. He asked me if I wanted to come with him. At first, I said no. I wasn't ready, but he kept asking. One day, I said yes. We drove to a small apartment on the other side of town. Clara opened the door. She was small and tired, with sad eyes, but she had a kind smile. A little boy with big brown eyes was hiding behind her legs. That was Leo. I spent the afternoon playing with Leo. We built a big castle with his blocks. Alex and Clara talked in the kitchen. I could hear their quiet voices, but it wasn't a secret anymore. Later, the four of us sat and ate pizza on the floor. And for the first time in a long time, I saw Alex truly relax. He was not hiding anymore. Leaving their apartment that day, I felt something shift inside me. The cracks in my heart started to feel a little bit smaller. Our life is different now. It is not the simple, perfect life we had before. It is more complicated. It is more real. We are helping Clara and Leo. They have become a part of our lives. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's sad. But we do it together. As a team. I learned something very important from all this. A secret can destroy the most beautiful things. Love needs trust to breathe. And trust needs honesty. Not just honesty about the good things, but honesty about the hard things, the sad things, the scary things. I love my husband, and he loves me. But now our love is stronger. It's not a perfect fairy tale love anymore. It's a real love, built on truth, built on forgiveness, built on facing the hard parts of life together, not alone. If you are listening to my story, and you feel that shadow of a secret in your life, please be brave. Be braver than I was. Ask the questions. Seek the truth. It might hurt. The truth can be very painful. But living with a lie is a pain that never ends. You deserve the truth. You deserve a love that doesn't have to hide in the darkness. You deserve peace, and peace only grows in the light.